Okay, so today we're going to get into a video and we're going to talk about why Anthony Joshua no longer works with Tony Sims. And I mentioned this before that he no longer worked with Tony Sims, but a lot of people was telling me that he was still in the training camp and this, that, and the other. And I pretty much took their word for it because, they're over there in the UK and I'm not. So I would take it that those people would be more inclined with me. I'm all the way over here in America. But even though I was pretty sure from my end that he wasn't working with Tony Sims. People over in the UK was telling me different. So I was like, all right, cool. Then, what I'm saying, maybe he's still in camp, you know. Now it comes to find out that no, Tony Sims is not in Anthony Joshua's camp and hasn't been for quite some time, which is what I was saying in the beginning. But everybody felt the need to correct me, which is not a problem, if you're actually right. I just know the research that I do and what I do. I'm very thorough with my shit. I don't speak out the side of my neck, and I only talk about things I know about. But they kind of had the hometown advantage over me, so I took their word for it. But as it comes to find out, Anthony Joshua no longer works with Tony Sims. Another thing people was telling me that Rob McCracken was always the head trainer. Tony Sims was just substituting for him. Bruce, you don't know what you're talking about. Even if I was incorrect about this, I don't get the reason why people even got up in my ass over this. Like, it's really not that big of a deal, whether he was training them or substituting them. I don't get why that warrant people to get upset, but some people got upset. Anyways, that's real weird. But just like I said that Anthony Joshua no longer is working with Tony Sims, and people told me I was incorrect, just like I'm saying right now that Tony Sims was Anthony Joshua's head coach before Rob McCracken, but everybody told me that Rob McCracken was always there. He was just substituting. Well, I did my research, and that proves to be incorrect. Number one, once you look up Tony Sims' resume, you will clearly see under the list of people that he trained, you will clearly see Anthony Joshua right there. Rob McCracken trained Anthony Joshua in the amateurs, and then for the beginning of his professional career, he was with Tony Sims. And you cannot change trainers if Rob McCracken was always his trainer. Does that make sense? How do you change trainers if Tony Sims was always substituting for Rob McCracken? There's no reason why articles like this need to exist to say he's changing trainers and he's making Rob McCracken his head coach if he was always the head coach and Tony Sims was just being a substitute. Okay? I just had to put that out there because some people got any feelings about that, and I have no idea why. But people get sensitive on me for all different kind of reasons. But today, we're going to go in, we're going to discover why they're no longer working together. And this will also bring light, which is the reason why I'm doing this. This will also bring light to Anthony Joshua's statement where he said he chooses loyalty over experience. Well, after hearing this story, you can understand why Anthony Joshua chose loyalty over experience. Maybe. Tell me what you think.
This must have been about May or June 2017 on our way to Scotland to get ready for my fight with Josh Taylor. A fight I don't like talking about. But you know what? I'm going to talk about it. I was on a plane with a few people going out to Scotland to get ready for my press conference with Josh Taylor. And you know what? I was quite tired. So even though the flight's only like an hour and a half, I was literally so tired because it was an early flight. So I fell asleep on the plane. I probably slept for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then after that I was awake, but my head was just down. So I had my head down, my hands and my coat over my head, and I was tired. So everyone thought that I was sleeping. Obviously I had the window seat. I had another two people beside me. I'm not going to name their names. So as I've got these two people beside me and they think that I'm sleeping, I'm listening in to their conversation and I'm hearing them talk about AJ. I'm hearing these two people talk about Anthony Joshua. And so as I'm on the plane and I'm hearing them speak about AJ, I'm actually in shock because as I'm listening to what they're saying, they ain't got nothing good to say about him. They ain't saying anything good about him. And so I'm actually in shock and I'm like, are they saying something bad about him? So I actually open my eyes, but I keep my head down so that I can really listen to what they're saying. Because I know that if I lift up my head, they're going to be like, shit, Odie's up. Let's change the subject or let's talk about something different. But because they thought I was sleeping, they was talking freely. They were saying, basically saying that Anthony Joshua is earning all this money and he wants to look like everyone else. He's earning all this money and he wants to blend in with the crowds. He's earning all this money and he don't even want to buy a flash car. He's earning all this money and he don't even want to buy himself a flash house. He's earning all this money and he wants to dress like us. He don't want to, this guy doesn't even dress like someone that's earning millions and millions and millions. He comes gym every day in his normal tracksuit bottoms and normal trainers. And because of that, they were slating him, saying that this guy has got no class. They were saying that Anthony Joshua has got no class. Listen, everything I say in this video is the truth. Everything that I say on my YouTube page is the truth. I've never come on this YouTube page and lied. But you know what? I've never told anyone about this thing that I've heard 2 years ago, what they were saying about AJ. And, as they're talking, it was hard to hear some parts because I couldn't really hear all of what they were saying because of the noise in the plane. But what I did hear them saying that I could be getting more money from him because I'm on contract, because he's on contract to me. Because Anthony Joshua is on contract to me, I could actually be taking more money from him, but I'm going to settle for what he's agreed to pay me. That's what they said. And I'm just like, damn. I'm just on a plane and I'm like, shit. And you know what? As I'm listening in, they start talking about another person, Anthony Joshua's coach, Rob McCracken. They start talking about Rob McCracken, and I'm like, shit, I thought these guys have known Rob for years, and I thought how they're like best friends. I thought they've known Rob for about 10 to 15 to 20 years. I thought their friendship goes way back. That's what I thought. And so they were like, Rob's also another one. This guy's got no class. He's earning all that money at GB, yet he comes down the gym in his Audi A5, because every time Rob came up the gym, he was in his Audi A5. Rob's got money, but when you see him, he don't look or dress or act like he's got real money like that. So they were like, listen, every time Rob comes gym, he's just in that same Audi A5. He don't look different, he don't dress different, he hasn't got, Rob hasn't got any class either. They were like, Anthony Joshua and Rob McCracken have got no class. And I'm not going to name no names, just in case you guys are thinking, later on down the video is how David's going to tell us who actually said these things or who he was actually with on a plane. No, I'm not naming no names. I'm just making this video to give you guys some information about what I heard. Okay? Anyway, so as the conversation went on, I couldn't hear for about 2 to 3 minutes because of the noise on the plane and the turbulence, and I really wanted to hear what they were saying, and I was quite angry, but I said to myself, listen, just keep your head down and listen to what these motherfuckers are saying. Keep your motherfucking head down. So I kept my head down, pretended like I was sleeping, and the next thing I heard was they said something like, one of them said to the other one, listen, when you start making real money, I don't want you to be like AJ or to be like Rob. If you ever make a couple mil, if you ever make a few $100K, get yourself a nice car, get yourself a nice place, get yourself looking flashy, look good, dress good. When people see you, let them know that this guy is making money. Life is about enjoying, life is about having fun. Life is about being the best you can be in every way possible. And he was just basically saying to him, don't be like AJ, don't be like Rob. When you start earning all your millions, or if you start earning millions and you start making real money, don't be like this guy. Dress good, act good, smell good, look good, drive good. Because I haven't seen AJ or I haven't seen Rob in a few years now, but every time AJ came up the gym, he was driving the white Jaguar. It wasn't a flash car. AJ just likes to drive a normal car. Every now and again, he's in a Range Rover, but even the Range Rover isn't flashy from the outside, kind of thing. And every time Rob came down the gym, Rob came in his Audi A5. I'm guessing that these people saw him and saw them doing this year after year, year after year after year. They're making all this money and they're still looking the same. They still smell the same. And, you know, they had something against that. I don't know. But then, you know what kind of amazes me? Because the week after I was on a plane with them and they said what they said. One of them uploaded a picture on his Instagram of him and Rob, and he had his hand around Rob at some award show, and he was saying something like, Rob's like my uncle. Rob is like my uncle. I look up to Rob so much. I've known him for so many years. And I was just literally sat there at home, and I was thinking, you fucking hypocrite. You fucking hypocrite. I heard you saying this shit about Rob and about AJ last night. Or me, not last night. I heard you saying this shit about Rob and about AJ last week. And now you're uploading shit on your Instagram saying that this guy's like, you know, this guy's like my uncle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is what I'm saying. This boxing industry is some bullshit. All these people you think really love you and blah, 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 they're not really for you. Because behind your back, they will say shit and they'll stab you in your back if they have the opportunity. And anyway, what I learned from that situation back then, about 2 years ago, or just under 2 years ago, was that if these people are making a few £1,000s from me and they're making a few £100,000 from AJ, if they can still talk down about AJ and still say that AJ's got no class and he's this and he's that, what do I think they're going to be saying about me when I'm not there?
And I played this to basically to give people an idea, and even myself, to give myself an idea and an understanding why Anthony Joshua said he chooses loyalty over experience. Because maybe at the end of the day, he just feels more comfortable with a person that he knows cares about him, but might not have the experience, rather than a person who has the experience, but truly doesn't care about him. And it makes sense. Anyways, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Bruce Vane, I'm out.